everyone, it's me, Joy, the Gastric Sleeve Coach, and today I'm going live to talk about the pouch reset diets. I've done a video about this before in the past, but there's a ton of new members, and there's a lot of you asking about the pouch reset diet, and I wanted to come on here and tell you what my thoughts and feelings are about it and give you a little bit of advice. So, here we go. First off, we need to discuss the reasoning that you want to have a pouch reset. If it is because you think you've stretched your pouch, if you've had gastric sleeve surgery, like I can nearly guarantee you that you have not stretched your sleeve. There's a different type of gastric surgery, the bypass of the Roux-en-Y, where they make a pouch, and that can be stretched because the sphincter is artificial, the surgeons make it. So your sphincter stayed intact, and even if you overeat, you're going to be uncomfortable, but you're not going to stretch your sphincter. Hey, Pam. So very rarely there can be some stretches in sleeves because of herniation and stuff, but I'm telling you, like, your sleeve didn't stretch. So if your goal is to make it feel tighter and make it feel like you get full quicker, a pouch reset is not going to accomplish that for you. What will make you feel fuller quicker is eating the high quality proteins that you need to eat. Most often when you feel like you can eat a ton, it's because you're eating things that go through your sleeve really quickly. So if you're doing it to reset the size of your sleeve, then it's not going to do that for you. If you're doing it to get back on track with your eating habits and you think going back to liquids will help you with that, getting back on track with your diet is a good idea. Going to liquids to do that, which is what the traditional pouch resets have you drink liquids all day. Some of them have you drink liquids for breakfast and lunch and then eat a small protein dinner. But you're going to be hungry. And so when you've already been off track, you're eating foods that aren't the best choices for your body. And then you go, so that's, I'm talking sugar and flours, guys. And we all know kind of those are addicting and you start craving them. So if you're trying to get off of sugar and flour and everything and you go to just drinking protein shakes all day, you're going to be physically hungry and you're going to be mentally hungry, like that addiction cycle. You're going to really be craving sugars, and a lot of you will be successful for a short term at fighting yourself with that. Like, I'm willpower, I'm determined, I'm not having that. But over the long term, if you don't change your thinking and some other behaviors, then you're not going to be successful and you're going to feel even worse about yourself. Nothing's worse than trying to really power through the liquid diet and then finally just not having it within you to keep fighting, and then you eat something that you shouldn't or don't want to be eating, and then you feel even worse about yourself. I'm not judging you guys. I've been through every single part of this journey. I have done it, and I'm just speaking from experience and from someone who's finally figured out what types of things will actually make a lasting difference. So if you starve yourself with fluids, then you're eventually going to have something you shouldn't, and then you're going to feel worse about yourself because you're going to feel like you failed at resetting your sleep. Let's see. Okay, so that's about all I have to say about the reset diet. I think head hunger is worse and knowing the difference. Yeah. But when you're just drinking fluids, you're going to be head hungry and physically hungry, and that is a bad combination. I've been there. I know you guys have been there before. We've all been there. We struggled with our weight journey before we ever decided to have surgery, right? So you know how it feels, and that is what a reset. Someone mentioned in the Facebook group this morning, I think, about resetting their mind. Like, they did the reset, they are also working on their mindset. You can achieve success if you do that. I still don't think it's the preferable way because you're going to be hungry, but working on how you're feeling and what you're eating, and more than just the macros and the numbers, if you really look at it holistically and approach your reset from a new place, you will be successful. It does matter what you eat, but more than that, it matters how you feel about it and how you're able to handle it long term and manage that. So for long-term success, I would advise getting to the root of your eating issues, and then I would advise going back to even what your surgeon, whatever diet your surgeon gave you probably will work, especially if you can get your mindset wrapped around it and get going back in that direction. we all know, what our surgeons told us to do, and they did tell us different things, and some things I think are better for you than others. But if you have a basic, solid nutrition plan and you work on how you're thinking and feeling and making good choices out of a place of power, you're going to succeed. I know how hard that is. I know how desperate you are to get that regain off. I know how scary it is to see regain and to feel like you're powerless to do anything about it, and you're scared to death to eat anything because you want to make the right choice and you don't want to regain all that weight. We work too hard. Surgery is not easy. So I know how scary it is, and I know how obsessed we can get with food. Like I said, I've been there. We can make a change. Now, the program that I talked about in the Facebook group earlier that I'm going to be doing is going to be a nice, solid way to do that. I will give you specifics on food. I'm not a recipe gal. I'll give you a few recipes, but I'm not going to plan out your day, like eat chicken and broccoli for lunch and eat beef and, I don't know, kale for dinner. But I will give you solid foundation on nutrition plans with actual types of food that you should be eating. And then we will also do the mindset work that goes along with it. It is a process, and I want so much. I'm doing this because I want so much for all of you to work through those feelings and to get to a happier place. That is the whole foundation of this group is, yeah, we've had regain and it sucks, but we can be happy, have joy, make progress, and accomplish our goals too. We can accept ourselves for who we are and succeed in whatever it is that we want, whatever it is that we set out to do. So if you are interested in that program and you haven't let me know yet, just drop a line in the comments. I just need your email address and I'll send you the info. It's 6 weeks. It's in-depth. It's not a one-page PDF on what to eat because it doesn't work. We've got to go dive deeper into than just a food list. We all have those food lists. So anyways, I love you guys. If you want to do the pouch reset, go ahead. But sweetie, I just don't want you to beat yourself up whenever it's really hard and you're really hungry. Okay? So I love you all, and I will talk to you later.